My full name is Richard Keene, and I've traveled from Los Angeles, California, to come all the way out here to WCA in Thailand. My biggest struggle in life before I came here was just trying to put some of the pieces together. I've done a lot of personal growth seminars and events and been very, very helpful, but still there were some pieces that just weren't quite connecting. I would get stagnant and stuck, and I'd get frustrated, and then life circumstances would kind of overwhelm me, and that was just very, very frustrating, feeling stuck, even though I'd done so much work. So being here now at day 5 at WCA, my biggest, I've had so many breakthroughs. It's hard to really even put them all together. One, I see for myself, honestly, that there was some misunderstanding within myself about my own inherent value. Okay, I understand the concept, but I just was able to really see where my life had been the series of decisions that I had made up to this point. And I was stuck in ways that I didn't know. I couldn't understand it. And so now I've cleared out a lot of stuff. I see so much more clearly how the pieces connect. And I see where my struggle was. My struggle was under recognizing my own inherent value. And just being here with Tim and at WCA, I can see the path. It just feels like an infinite number of pieces coming together to be simple, to really help me. And I just, it's just been very, very transformational. And I'm very grateful, for being here and for Tim doing this, and grateful for the chance to have been here. Just, number one, a lot of hope, and recognizing a much clearer path and a mechanism and ways to really honor myself. I think before I felt confused, and I feel way more. Number one, I understand my value. I understand where my struggle's been. And now it's like, okay, I can see that path. I can see why I was struggling. I've had a lot of pieces click together where it's like, oh, okay, I get it. This is why I was frustrating or, really struggling. And then now it's like, oh, okay, I just need to remember what Tim taught me in here and what WCA taught me in here, to come toward and just recognizing and honoring the potential in me. And I don't have to get it really complicated. I'm human, and we're all just doing the best I can. But it makes it easier to know where true north is. True north is to just honor my potential. Coming all the way here to Thailand for WCA, just without having done that, without removing me from the environment, I think I could have viewed the same content and it would have been great. But I honestly think the benefit would have been radically reduced. I just traveling basically almost halfway across the world, okay, and leaving everything behind it created the space to really allow me to absorb and see and just receive all that and clear my mind of anything and everything else in the world and just pay attention to me and understand, my heart and so I am so glad it was in Thailand. I would have gone to the moon if that was the requirement, because it's been so helpful being here in Thailand. I'm very grateful for that. So being here in person, working with Tim for 5 days has just been invaluable. I mean, I love Tim online. I mean, when he would say stuff online, I was like, oh, God, that's so brilliant. Okay. But I think I would get off the video and then I would go do my work or my job. And it was very, very helpful. I would even show it to people. I'm like, this is, and then people were like, wow, this guy is good. I really like him. Okay. But just being here in the same room and Tim saying, you know, honor your potential, and just feeling that and feeling his heart. Okay. And so that just really allowed it to like soak into me what he was saying, you know, and it's just been so instrumental to actually be in the same room with him and hearing his message from his heart to your heart, to my heart, to just the most important thing is the decisions that are going toward honoring you and your potential. So after being through this event, to anyone who's thinking about whether I should go or not go, all I can say is there's certain times in life, just when I look back now, and if Tim told me I need to pay 3, 4, 5 times more, I wouldn't really argue with that price. I wouldn't with what I've gotten. Okay. And, all I can say is if you're on the fence, just infinitely jump. Just jump. Okay. It's just jump. So if you do jump and come to WCA and you fully commit each and every day, the potential of what your life can become will, without going, you wouldn't even have a vague idea of what the potential of your life could be. It's almost impossible to describe, okay? Because it moves you from point A to point B that is so not even on the radar of what you could be. You couldn't even fathom it. So the dots and how they connect and where you end up, it's all you have to do is jump and go full in every single day. And you're going to end up in a spot that's just going to be unbelievable to you. And will be the greatest transition for your life. Being here at WCA and connecting with non-family members, people I've never met before. I just met them 5 days ago. People from Canada, the UK, wherever. And just like the insight and the honest feedback I would get, and then the connection as we're all being present has just been it's very, very valuable, because I would hear things from Tim that were brilliant, okay, but I was hearing it from Tim, and then I would hear an additional participant that would give me feedback, that would see some kind of potential in me that I was dampening down, or a way that maybe I was hiding that I didn't really fully see. So when I would get really honest, valuable feedback from a caring other human that came here, I was just able to see a lot more little pieces that were so critical and that it helped. It was infinite. Without their feedback, it was going to be infinitely valuable, but their feedback and connection I'm going to remember my whole life. My returning home for the future, I'm just excited for I don't know what's going to happen. But I feel like I'm so much more in tune with me. I'm much more calmly me. But I also feel like I have a mission and a message. Before I was uncertain on how to express that message. And now, so when people say, be an expression or love or whatever, that just feels like really easy just to be like that. And I'll show up and just be my best and try to live my message. I just feel very excited about it, very excited about living.